Chainlink is another popular cryptocurrency with a pretty good upside setup right now. We have targets of 430, which is a pretty strong target, but targets as high as 3,600 plus are possible as long as our big pattern holds together. Short term, when we look at our more recent picture, as with many of the other cryptocurrencies, we do have a solid rally in place. It's actually a very clean rally in terms of Fibonacci standard patterns. Based on this 1-2 setup, our wave 3 hit right in our target box for wave 3, and then our eventual top was right at the 2.0 extension of that 1-2, and we have presumably completed what I'm calling a wave 2 pullback, exactly at the 38% retrace level, which is almost textbook, almost too good to be true if you ask me. But I'm assuming we're done with this pullback. We dipped right into that box to take a closer look, and we have started rallying ever since. In addition, it's a perfect zigzag pattern. You see a B, C for the A wave, ugly corrective wave in the B wave, and then what is looking like a clean C wave that takes right in that purple box. So it's a good time to buy. We are still very close to the bottom of wave 2. We may have a nominally lower low. It's a possibility, but not something I would worry about. And if you're doing dollar cost average, you can keep doing your thing. If this holds and we don't dip below the $20 mark, which is our support, as marked in red, our wave 3 takes us to the $47 to $51 range. And our wave 5, after a fourth wave consolidation, of course, gets us to the $54 to $58 range, which is again the 1.764 and the 2.0 extension of what I'm calling a completed 1-2 pattern in our micro time scale. Now on our big picture, when we look at the large impulsive setup we have a large 1-2, the one peaking earlier this year during the overall crypto rally, and the subsequent wave 2 pullback. In this case, our wave 2 pullback was really shallow. It was only 23.6%, which again is common to several of the other cryptos. Typically, you would expect a little bit lower than that. Typically, I would assume this is a fourth wave, but because of how nicely we completed our rally to all of the standard Fibonacci targets, for example, wave 3 finishes at just above the point of 1.382 extension, and our fifth wave finished at the 1.764 extension. I'm calling this a wave 2. So again, there is some hesitation there to be fully confident, but that's my primary pattern. If this is a wave 2, our wave 1 or our subwave 1 in the next rally pattern, marked right here, should hit 115, which is the 0.32 extension. Now that pattern I had on the micro scale only projects us to about $58 at max, right? So what I did was I actually extended that bigger pattern. So let me zoom out a bit. If we have a larger wave 1 that takes us into that $58 range, and if we take a Fibonacci extension of that, assuming a 30% retrace, that does bring us a bit closer. That puts us right around 95 to 102 as our probable targets. So if we look at our big picture again, that gets us closer to that magic 115 number. Now, how long this takes will determine whether our pattern is extending us, projecting us to 430, or if we really are going to go higher, all the way up to the 3,000 plus range, which is, again, pretty insane target up there. But right now, we need to complete this 1-2 and start rallying pretty quick. 430 is my strongest target at the moment, but there are resistances at 115, 222, and of course, 430, as I mentioned. So we need to fight through all of those. There is an alternate pattern that I did not highlight here, and that is that this fifth wave top that we had in early 2021 is actually the third wave, and this second wave is actually a fourth wave. So if that's the case, typically your fifth wave is going to hit the 0.382, 0.5, or 0.618 extension. So even if you look at that pattern, 430 is still a strong target, but don't be surprised if we hit strong resistance again at 115 or 222, any of those numbers. Either way, short term or even intermediate term, 430 is, again, my most probable target. We'll see how the pattern develops. In the meantime, keep buying. And again, thank you for watching. Happy trading.